Yo, what's up? Today I have a banger video for you guys. I will be telling you who Jiri Prochazka and Alex Pereira will be fighting next. One of these guys, I am 99% sure I know who is fighting next. The other one is more of a deduction of what's happening in those divisions. So let's get right into it. First off, by the way, you guys see this? You guys see the Last Dance, the Diamond Era Dustin Poirier t-shirt from Full Violence. Sick. I got this from my boy Pedro Baptista. Unironed. I think my mom would kill me if she saw this, but I don't think she watches my videos. She doesn't speak English, so whatever. Let's jump right into this one. Jiri Prochazka. I know, 99% sure I know who the guy's fighting. Listen, I might have reported that it was official that him and Alberg are fighting in Miami. I might have done this. This is a possibility, guys. I might have jumped the gun a little bit on the official thing. But this is the fight that the UFC is making. This is the fight they want. The only thing that's standing in front of this fight not happening right now is that Yuri's girlfriend is pregnant. She is due in April. And this is when the UFC wanted to make the fight. This is the only thing that stands in front of this fight being made. Jiri wants to fight before this. And if it is a title fight between Prochazka and Alberg, then he would accept it. But if not, he will just stay with his girlfriend, be there for her, which we all can understand. But this is the fight that the UFC wants to make. I'm thinking March could be possible. If it could be an amazing co-main event to Holloway versus Oliveira. 3 rounds would make sense. But Prochazka said, I would be open to do this in April if it was for a title, right? And I think that could definitely be happening. Why am I saying this? Now, why am I saying this? Okay, Alex Pereira, right? We've heard a few things about him wanting to move up. He wanted to fight at heavyweight for some time now, and the thing is, he wanted to do this as well in Glory Kickboxing. This is something that not a lot of people know. Let me do this. Yes, not a lot of people know this, but Alex Pereira also wanted to become the heavyweight champion, the triple champion in Glory as well. He wanted to face Rico Verhoeven. Glory did not let it happen, which I can of course understand. But now he's not a middleweight champion anymore. He was a former middleweight champion, light heavyweight champion. He's cooked about everyone that stood in his way. He hasn't lost to anyone that he hasn't beaten before or after in the UFC. So, okay, why am I talking about the heavyweight move for Alex Pereira? Listen to this. If Alex Pereira was not moving up to heavyweight, if he wasn't doing this, he would be fighting who? Let's think about this. Jiri, he already fought twice, but he's on a nice 2-fight win streak. But to me, I feel like it's not yet enough, not quite enough. I think he needs one more good fight, and then you can talk about a title shot for him again. If it's against Alex, if it's against someone else, you can give it to him already. But because they fought twice and Alex won both definitively, it wouldn't make sense to give him a title shot. So let's put him out of the picture for now. Then there's 2 other names that make sense. Carlos Ulberg would be my number 1 contender, and maybe, if you're being a bit crazy, Azamat Murzakanov. Now, Ulberg is likely fighting Jiri. It's all like that's the fight UFC wants to make. Azamat is very unlikely to get a title shot. If it's not one of those 2, there's nobody else. And we know Alex likes to stay active. He hasn't fought since October. Bro, if it was up to him, he would be fighting in January or February. But he's not. Why is he not? Because he is working up to heavyweight. He is working up to heavyweight. Tom Aspinall has the eye surgeries issues. He likely needs a surgery, and it is something bad. Like, I've spoken to MMA Today, who spoke to a doctor that did the surgery for Charles Oliveira, and he told me like, oh, the doctor looked into the case and he said, oh, it's a bad one. It could be. I really hope this is not the case, but there's even a possibility that this is career ending for Tom Aspinall. It's not likely. I don't think it's likely, but it is something that could even happen. So he is out for some time. I think Stipe Miocic also had this surgery. I might be wrong on this. Let me check, but I'm pretty sure Stipe Miocic also had this surgery, and he was out for some time. Charles obviously as well. Eye surgery. Let me see. Yeah, he had surgery for a torn retina in his left eye due to multiple eye pokes from DC. So he's also had surgery. He was out for a long time, and you know, if a champion is out for a year or longer, they want to make an interim title fight. What does this mean? I don't think Alex Pereira would be moving up unless it was for a title. I think we can all agree on this. So Aspinall is out for a little while, and there is a lot of hype for Alex Pereira to go up and face, of course, Cyril Gane. I think this makes a lot of sense. You can see this is a face-off they did in 2023, and this was even without Alex really bulking up or whatever. He was just like a light heavyweight, a full-blown light heavyweight for a few months here. I imagine he's a bit bigger now. I imagine he would be working up to heavyweight a bit as well. Even though he doesn't really need to, I think they'll be about same weight. I think Alex is 240 something outside of camp. Cyril 250 something. And I think that there's no need even for Alex to really do a big bulk, but he could. You know, the height is about the same. I would think that Alex Pereira would not have an issue at heavyweight. So this is the fight I think that's happening next because of Alex Tom Aspinall not being able to fight. Alex not really seeming very interested to defend against whoever there is next. I don't feel like there's big enough names. Alberg would be nice, but still nothing crazy. So I do think that Cyril Gane will be fighting Alex Pereira. I would say this would be as soon as possible. Well, let's see. January obviously not possible. February they already have, or they don't have a pay-per-view for February. It would be, I think, March 1st or 2nd, or the start of March. Let me see. It's going to be in the start of March. Let me see. 8th of March will be Holloway versus Oliveira. So I don't see it being that quick either. And they already have a big main event with Holloway Oliveira. You don't want two very big main and co-main events like this. I feel like Holloway Oliveira is a huge main event. So UFC 327 would be a possibility. That's in Miami, I think it was. It would make sense. 328 is also a possibility, but I think that Alex is a guy that likes to stay active. Cyril hasn't fought for a long time. Yeah, I mean, not counting the Aspinall stuff. And there's obviously no injuries on both sides. So I would say April, Miami, that would be the fight that is happening next. Now my prediction on this fight. I think that Alex Pereira cooks Cyril Gane. Alex Pereira is likely the best striker in the UFC right now. Most credentialed, most experienced. Maybe Izzy, but I would say Alex is older, probably more experienced. What's Cyril gonna do that Pereira hasn't seen, you know? He's not gonna be able to out-grapple him. I mean, Pereira has very good takedown defense. Lighter man skill also works. He is more skilled overall than 99% of the heavyweights. I would say maybe a guy like John Jones or Tom Aspinall might be a bit more skilled, but the thing is that this is a good matchup for Pereira. I know Gane moves well. He has a nice jab, very quick. He doesn't have the most power. I think that a problem would occur for Alex when he faces someone with insane power like Tom Aspinall, who can just rush him 1-2 and knock him out this way, because Alex is someone that, like, the head movement is not always there. in the beginning of the fight especially. So I would say Alex cooks him. Calf kicks will definitely be a big weapon. Gunn is someone that moves well, but I think that he cannot move away from Alex for 5 whole rounds. And I think Alex comes out of that fight with a TKO win. I would think that his like power at heavyweight would be insane. So Pereira by knockout round 3 or 4. I think that Gunn will move well in rounds 1 and 2, but the leg kicks will get to him. Cardio will go down a bit because of the pressure of Pereira and because he cannot move as well. So I'll go with Pereira in the later rounds. And then this fight, I think this is also a great fight, unbelievable fight. Alberg obviously is going to be the guy that's more technical. He will be the one that would want to slow down this fight. He would be trying to check hook. Jiri coming in, good low kicks, good movement. Not a lot of pressure, I would reckon. Jiri would definitely be losing the fight in the rounds 1 and 2, especially in round 1. I think that Alberg will set the low pace and out jab him, low kicks, maybe some hooks catching him. I think he would even hurt Jiri at some point. Will he finish him? That's a question. I'm not sure. He could definitely do it. I feel like he has a lot of power, especially if he lands cleanly. Not Pereira type of power, but I would say he's likely with that left hook. He's maybe number 2 or 3 in this division, and I don't know how many people can take that power of him. Obviously, big knockout over Dominic Reyes. Before that, big knockouts over Manifield and a few other guys. But Reyes is chinny, we know this. Jiri is the opposite of chinny. He's a crazy man. He can take a lot of damage. He's been knocked out before, twice by Alex, but also outside of the UFC as well. So he can be knocked out, but I feel like his head movement is a bit better. He does need to eat a few shots to really wake up. We saw this against Khalil Rountree, who also has big power, but he's not really landing cleanly a lot of the time. Hard fight, tough one for me, but I would think that the Alberg needs to finish him rounds 1, 2, or maybe early round 3. Otherwise, he will get finished by Jiri because of Jiri getting into his groove, getting into his game that he always does. He has the bad cardio. He will try and get him down at some point maybe as well, and likely finish him in round 3, 4, or 5. That would be my prediction if Jiri wins. But I don't know, it's a tough one, man. You know, a lot of people will be going with Jiri, and I can really understand this, but I do really believe that Carlos Alberg is good enough to finish him early round 2. Maybe he sets the pace around 1, hurts him maybe, and then round 2 he knocks him out while Jiri's trying to lunge in, maybe with a check hook. I would see that happening, or a big right hand when he's pressuring for once. It's a tough one. It's 50-50 for me, but I would have to go with Alberg, who has a good corner as well, good coaches, and he's someone that has big power and good technical abilities. Jiri has been hurt a lot of times, even in his wins, and I feel like Alberg can make use of this. So I'm going with Carlos Alberg. Maybe this might be an interim title fight, or maybe a undisputed title fight. Depends on what Alex does. Maybe he vacates, maybe he doesn't. So I'm talking about rounds 4 and 5 if it is a title fight. If it's a 3-round fight, I'm definitely going with Alberg. I feel like he can survive round 3. So I'll go with Carlos Alberg. Alex Pereira versus Cyril. I'm also going with Alex Pereira. And I think that is it. 99% sure this fight is happening. 50-50 on the other one, but that this is what everything is leaning in that direction, and I feel like I'm not the only one thinking this. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video, and if you need more, let me know as well, and let me know your predictions. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next one.